Hi everyone, it's June 1st, and I'm so excited to share with you some beautiful stamps from the new release from Technique Junkies. The stamps this month are all nautical, beach, ocean themed, which is super cool. And I'm going to be making a card today that features a sailboat on the ocean. Let's get started. This stamp is called the Stormy Sea Border. It is SD1097 at Technique Junkies. It's a real cool stamp. It has a lot of detail, and it just reminds me of being at the ocean. What I'm going to do is use Versamark ink, and I'm going to emboss it. I have this really pretty embossing powder. It's called Underwater. It's made by Hero Arts, and it was in the My Monthly Hero kit for May of 2021. I don't know whether they're going to make it available as an item that you can purchase outside of the kit, but we received a nice big full-size bottle, and it's real pretty light blue with a lot of sparkle. And when I used it to emboss this Stormy Sea border, it was just the perfect match. I laid a piece of scratch paper down, and I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that embossing powder on. Isn't it beautiful? Just look at that color. It's gorgeous. I like this stamp. I think it looks great embossed. And if you don't have this color, it would be just, a blue or a light blue would be perfectly fine. So I'll go ahead and grab my heat gun and look at all those sparkles. My heat gun is underneath at that point when I was holding it up to the camera. If you have embossing powder that has a lot of glitter in it, sometimes it's better to heat it from the bottom first. That helps to melt like the wax that's in the embossing powder, and it prevents so much glitter from flying off of your card panel. So that's a little helpful tint. Go ahead and when you first start to emboss from the bottom till it starts to melt a little bit and then move over to the top. Okay, so I have this other stamp from Technique Junkies. It's called Sailboat Line Sketch. And I'm going to go ahead and emboss this stamp, and I'm going to use black embossing powder to heat emboss this. And this is a jar of embossing powder that I've had for a long time. I don't even know if the company's still on the market anymore, but it just goes to show you that even old embossing powders still work. And I just go ahead and use my heat gun to emboss this sailboat. Sorry that my picture is getting blurry. I don't know if it's because I'm so close to the camera at this point, but it does sharpen up again. I'm using Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers to color the sailboat. These markers are like a water-based marker. They have a nice fine-tipped brush, which I think is really helpful when you're coloring something that might be small or a very small area or section of your image. I'm using Accent Opaque 120-pound paper, not having any trouble with this paper taking this ink or marker. It just accepts it really well. It don't have any problem. It's not too wet, in other words. So I'm just using two different colors of blue for my sailboat, and then I'll color in the lifeboat when I'm done. There's a person, not a lifeboat, but the bottom of the boat. I don't know the parts of the boat. I know there's a sail, and I know there's the boat part. This is the boat part, and I'm coloring it green. A nice bright green, two-toned. And then his life vest will be orange with brown hair. This was fun and easy to color. So I got I got a kick out of coloring this little sailboat. I made 3 different cards, and each one I colored a little differently. After I'm done coloring, I use my scissors to fussy cut the image, which is simple to do. You just follow the line, and the scissors did a great job trimming through this paper. Didn't have any trouble at all. I think he wants to get out there, this little sailboat, and get out there on the ocean. So that's what we're trying to help this little sailboat do. So removing some of the lines in this image alters it a little bit, but you can clearly still see that this is a sailboat, and you can see how nice it looks on the waves. I'm grabbing some distress ink. This is regular distress ink. Color is tumbled glass. I have the Cloud Edger stencil from A Colorful Life Designs, which is available at Technique Junkies, and I am just ink blending a very light background with this tumbled glass and my blending brush. In the top left-hand corner of my panel, I have a mask, and that mask is going to be the area where I ink blend the sun. So you'll look here, I'm trying to get my camera adjusted. I apologize for that. This is the sun in the background. I'm going to pop the sailboat up on some foam tape, and I'm going to stamp this sentiment, which is sail away with me. It's called Sail Away. I have a piece of acetate that I'm going to use so that I know that I'm straight with my sentiment, that I have it up straight. And I'm going to use the Hero Arts intensified black ink to do this. So let's go ahead and stamp it and see how it looks. Sorry I lost a little footage there, but you can see that the sentiment looks nice. Using the acetate helped me to line that up, and it looks really great. Next, I'm going to take the little sailboat and put some foam tape on the back. This is going to help give it dimension. While I'm doing this, I wanted to let you know, please make sure you check out the Technique Junkies website. The new release stamps, which released today, have 15% off through the 8th of the month. And other items that you would like to purchase, you're welcome to use my discount code, which is TJ10Tracy, for a 10% discount. I will have my discount code listed in the description box below, as well as a link to the Technique Junkies website, where you can check out all of the stamps that are part of the new release. I just love how this turned out. I think it looks really cool with the sailboat sort of being dimensional on top of that stormy sea water. I think it looks really nice. Here's another card I made using that stamp. I heat embossed it, and I colored it in with those zig markers, and I used the new Salvage Patina ink to create the lake that the boat is sailing on. So that ink is perfect for this type of project and this theme. Put the cloud edger, and then I use the sentiment, and then my background is blended using the Salvage Patina and another color. So the background, which is like a matte layer, matches. When you just don't have the right color of paper, you should just go ahead and ink blend your own paper, which is what I did here with the Salvage Patina. I ink blended it on a piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to stamp on it my sentiment for my third card, which is a Father's Day card. The name of this stamp is Lifelong Friends, and it reads, Dads are the most ordinary men turned by love into heroes, adventurers, storytellers, and lifelong friends. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy, and now this, I had to make sure this panel was dry, and I'm going to use Versa Mark, and then I'll use black embossing powder to heat emboss this and then put it on the card. Okay, while I'm doing that, I just want to remind you to head over to Technique Junkies, check out the entire new release for June. Today is June 1st. Tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time on my YouTube channel, I'll be doing a live unboxing of all of the stamps that are part of this month's new release and showing you different creations that I made with the stamps. I also want to encourage you to check out the Technique Junkies blog so you can get some inspiration from the other design team members. If you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you would subscribe. And everybody, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. And leave a comment below. What do you think about the new stamps from Technique Junkies? The Stormy Sea Border, the Sailboat line sketch, and the Sail Away With Me sentiment. I think they're all pretty nice, and I like the way these cards turned out. And the sentiment that I selected again is lifelong friends. You can find that on Technique Junkies. It's not part of the June, new release, but it is definitely a very cool sentiment. And with Father's Day being in the month of June, it's a good one to pick up. So head on over, get some shopping done, and enjoy what you purchase. And again, I apologize if this is blurry for you. I don't know why it turned so blurry at the end of my filming, but the video is over. Now we're going to look at some still shots of the cards that I created. First one with the sailboat, the second one with the sailboat on the ocean with the water embossed. And this last one is also the water embossed with the sailboat and a sentiment about dads. Thanks again for stopping by and have a hopeful day. Bye-bye.